In early 2003, there was born a wondrous gadget called the Game Boy Advance SP that captured the attention of gamers all over. Its slim, clamshell shape and built-in front-lit screen made it a technological wonder of the time. This handheld wonderland opened the door to an infinite number of worlds. It was hoped that this would be the stage for some kind of crude journey into a world called Pokémon Red. A young Pokémon trainer, with his trusty Game Boy Advance SP in hand, begins our adventure. Its folding form made the device like a box-a treasure chest ready to give up all its contents. With a touch of the power button, and light flashed on. The world of Pokémon unfolded in front of our hero's eyes. The protagonist got their first Pokémon from the distinguished Professor Oak in this quaint town of Pallet. They selected Charmander, the flame-tailed lizard, as their traveling companion and headed out. The story would take them beyond reality and into a world that fits comfortably within the 2 inches of your palm, the pocket-sized realm of Game Boy Advance SP, GBA. Kanto's pixilated landscapes became a reality on the handheld screen. But our trainer went into Viridian Forest, sped through the rocky terrain of MT Moon and rode across Route 9 to defeat them all. A testament to the link between trainer and Pokémon, each step forward had been bred through countless wars. With the progress of this adventure, Game Boy Advance SP became a gateway to another world where Pokémon ran loose in tall grasses waiting for explorers and hunters. A mystical thread connecting 2 devices, the link cable, allowed for exciting Pokémon battles and trades with friends. The little screen became a peephole into the world of strategy and companionship. Our hero's voyage passed through the busy cities of Cerulean, Vermilion and Celadon, in which gym leaders stood ready to square up. A rhythmic rapping of buttons on the handheld console seemed to reflect in its very sound just how determined the trainer was as they encountered challenge after gym leader, all striving for a place and wanting their small share. Everywhere, the scourge of Team Rocket reared its head. Our hero turned the Game Boy Advance SP into a weapon of justice as he foiled their evil schemes, one game at a time. Additionally, the haunting Lavender Town music and spooky presence of Pokémon Tower added an air of mystery to this adventure in handheld gaming. Along the way, evolutions were milestones. Charmander had been a small, weak creature. Now it was spread on the screen as majestic Charizard with its wide-spreading wings. The win was there for the taking. And Elite Four lay waiting, each member a powerhouse who put to test everything our trainer had practiced during their long journey. After conquering the Pokémon League and seeing credits roll, our hero looked back over memories made within the Game Boy Advance SP. The little, but mighty handheld console was a window into the world of dreams and adventure. The relationship between trainer and Pokémon had become ever closer, while the journey continued to exist in those pixels that flashed on screen. The Game Boy Advance SP closed. Clamshell design protecting the memories within our hero couldn't help but feel a nostalgia. In particular, the world of Pokémon Red had been like a fairyland. That handheld device was an enchanted key which unlocked everything. Thus, with a knowing smile, our trainer put the Game Boy Advance SP away. The adventure would be preserved in memories and pixels of their Pokémon journey forevermore. The story of the Game Boy Advance SP and Pokémon Red continued to reverberate through time, waves lapping on everyone's minds. Even as our hero reveled in the discipline of their conquest over the Pokémon League, these new challenges loomed. With the Game Boy Advance SP's portability, it became a hub for expanding Kanto. New Pokémon, new mysteries, and adventures lay waiting at a mystical place called the Sevii Islands. Fired by an insatiable curiosity, our trainer took to the high seas again on board the elegant ocean liner SSN. Will these tropical isles finally reveal their closely guarded secrets? The wireless adapter, a wonder of the times in terms of connectivity, enabled our hero to participate in battles and trades without any aggravating tangles. This technology brought an added layer of freedom to the Pokémon journey, making it even more enthralling. Friends and fellow trainers hooked up their Game Boy Advance SPs. The network blossomed into a combination of shared excitement and camaraderie. With the appearance of Battle Tower, a peak in which only great trainers came to test themselves against each another from places across all around, it became even more difficult. The Game Boy Advance SP was a battleground. And our protagonists' battle-hardened Pokémon met other in intense matches. Those winning cries resounded through the pixilated scene as our trainer ascended to ever greater heights in the battle tower, a legacy which would be whispered about for centuries. The exploration didn't stop there. A gateway to the Pokémon world was provided by a Game Boy Advance SP connection to Future. A link cable was used to transfer Pokémon from the Hoenn region over into Kanto, spanning past and present. And suddenly our hero's handheld console became a time machine, conveniently carrying him through the ages as he watched Pokémon evolve across different eras. Our trainer's encounter with the mythical Mewtwo, an elusive creature cloaked in mystery. On the small screen, that famous trainer versus legendary Pokémon battle began to unfold, taking all of this journey's meaning and concentrating it into a single clash between power. The Game Boy Advance SP, once again a vessel for the transcendence of reality and virtuality. With the adventure drawing to a close, our hero reflects back on those many hours spent playing with your Game Boy Advance SP and Pokémon Red. Handheld console had become her bedside companion, a gateway to the world of dreams and challenges. Each pixel on the screen was a tale of Pokémon's growth, friendship and appeal. The story of the Game Boy Advance SP and Pokémon Red continued, inscribed in those who undertook the adventure. The tiny clamshell device, with its glowing screen and compact design, came to represent a bygone age. It was like an ancient relic in video game circles, a shining testament that sparked imaginations among gamers of all ages. Thus the Game Boy Advance SP was put to rest, with its screen closed but never its spirit in those that had experienced Pokémon Red on a brilliantly illuminated display.